Welcome back to Empire State Jokers, Teambuilder Dynasty here in College Football 25, and we're coming off a heartbreaking loss. At Central Michigan, if you missed the last episode, I would suggest you watch it or at least skip to the end to see the dramatic fourth quarter. But we ended up losing, so spoiler alert. Heading into week 5, looking for our first win of the series. It's been a rough start so far. It's probably not going to get too much better. We are going to be doing a 2-game episode here since we're a little behind schedule and we need to speed up this series, get to season 2 as fast as possible, because to be honest, this season 1's going to be a little bit dry since none of the players are any good and we haven't recruited any of the players. So we will be doing that, uploading more videos and getting more games done so we can get through this first season of Jokers Dynasty. And Rayshawn Link, Mid-American Conference Player of the Week, had 5 tackles. And here we are in week 5. We're going to be at James Madison, which is actually my stream dynasty that I'm doing. So if you just can't get enough Fanatic content, check out my streams as well, because I have been streaming a JMU dynasty live right here on YouTube. So check those out if you get a chance. They're all already up, so if you want to rewatch them or whatever. And taking a quick peek at some stats here through our first 3 games. Cole Dillard so far thrown for 850 yards. He's been pretty good, honestly. All things considered, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception so far, 64% completion percentage. Obviously, that weighs largely on how I play. DJ Henderson, who has been our lead back, he's been a little banged up the last couple weeks, but he's still by far leading our team in rushing yards. Cole Dillard's been effective on the ground as well when we do rush with him. And then receiving-wise, Greg Hyman continues to be the best receiver on our team by a long shot. Rocky Jefferson's the next wide receiver on here. He only has 4 receptions on the year. He's supposed to be our best player as a 76 overall, which obviously still isn't that good, but he is the highest rated on our team. We're going to get right into our first game of the episode here at James Madison, searching for our first win, and they're going to start with the ball, which probably works in our favor. We just need to have a hot start on both ends of the ball. It'd be nice to get our first drive into the end zone, and obviously defensively we're going to need to come up with some stops. This is definitely a winnable game. I know a lot about this James Madison team since I've been playing with them as my stream dynasty. So their running back Ayo Adeyi is their best player on the team, and they don't have any superstar wide receivers or any great their quarterback isn't great either. But they're going to start with a read option here with Morris. We wrap him up with Cockrell. Only a pick of a 3. We're going to have to be heavy on stopping the run this game, since you can see the star under Adeyi, their starting running back. They're going to hand it off to him here. He's our first luck. We actually wrap him up pretty well. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Obvious pass down. Wide open is the tight end who just cut outside. We cannot get him. McCracken wraps him up, and Friedland in there to make the tackle, but they pick up the first down. Looks like it's going to be a screen. We've got Adeyi locked up, and there's Witherspoon coming off the edge with the sack. Witherspoon has been a playmaker. He definitely gives up a lot when he's in man coverage, but he's been a playmaker. He can get picks. He can get sacks, as we just saw right there, as that is tossed outside on a quick pass, almost picked off. Would have been nice. Either way, brings up a 3rd and 18. Let's really just not let them convert here. That would be really bad. Only 1 guy going deep, so yeah, that's going to be an easy wrap-up. Not sure about that play call, but we do come out here and get a stop, which is a huge start to the game. Something we're not necessarily used to having. And we're going to see what we can do here on the punt return with the Zuma. He's been our lead kick returner this year. Gets a couple yards back. He's been pretty good over there. Has not been great running the ball, and hopefully we won't have to lean on him too much today. And we'll see if Henderson can get things going here. We'll start it off with a handoff to him. See what he can do. He's our main source of offense, and he'll pick up 10 on the first drive. He'll pick up 10 on the first play of the game. And it feels like every time we start the game off with a run, it's always a first down on the first play. Rivero in the game now. He's the power back. And it could be another day of Henderson being subbed out pretty frequently if he's banged up. We may just end up having to give him a day off so we can get him on the field more during the game. He's back out here, though. That was a nice pickup by Rivero. Gonna motion small over and run with Henderson. Cut back up the middle. Another decent pickup on the ground. We're definitely going to lean on run game and quick passes as we usually do. And we'll get our first look at Greg Hyman today. Flipping that one out wide. Beats his man. Cuts up field. Gets close to the first down marker. Rivero in the game, though. He picks up the first down. And a little more as well. So Cordell Rivero. Probably going to be a 50-50 split between Rivero and Henderson. As Henderson back in the game now. Picks up 4 on the play, and we'll see if Cordell Rivero can develop a role in our offense. He's had 2 good carries today. We're definitely going to be running a lot. This James Madison run defense isn't great, nor is their pass defense. Rivero's back in the game now, and he gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage there for a loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Have to go in the air here for the first time today, and I think we'll just kind of see what Greg Hyman can do. We'll get downs on a zig, so we have options on this play. We'll just see who ends up working open. I think it's going to be the back. Henderson, we get it to him. Can't hang on. Would have been a first down. A tough catch. The linebacker was able to cover both of those guys just with himself, so it was not the best play call. But we're going to be kicking here. It's a deep kick. We'll see what we can do. We should nail that, and I think we are. So that's a nice kick here to start off. We get 3 on the board on our first drive. All right, JMU back on offense here. Handoff to Day. He picks up 5 on the play. Definitely going to be seeing a lot of him today, so we'll probably just make sure we're ready for the run every play as they hand it back to Adeyi. Harbor there wraps him up, brings up a 3rd down. Definitely just going to run commit, send pressure here. Likely going to end up being a pass. And it's a direct snap to Adeyi, and we stuff it. We stop him before the first down, so we'll get the ball back here. 4th and inches. I would totally go for this, but the computer's not going to. But JMU's not going to. They'll punt it, and it's not going to matter because we rough the kicker as he punts it away. Looked like we could have blocked that if we were using the kicker, but we weren't. So JMU gets the ball back. Cameron Bayer roughs the kicker, trying to make a play. It's a gift for James Madison as play action, they get it out wide. Jai Hudson makes the catch on the sideline. First down, we're going to run commit here, and it's going to be a screen. Screen pass up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. They had me switched on to the safety. I did not try to be on the safety, so I kind of ran out of my position, and they took advantage of it, got it to the tight end. But we'll get the ball back here. Down 4. Second possession of the game for us. We'll start it here with a read option, handoff to Henderson. They had both stuffed. Looks like they ran commit, and it worked out well, so we're definitely going to have to move the ball in the air here. We'll get one more play off before the end of the first quarter. Looking Hyman's way. Can he get open? No. We are able to take off with Dillard and pick up the first down. That's a nice run for Cole Dillard. Hyman looked like he was running the wrong route, but we still made something happen on the play. And after the first quarter, we honestly played pretty good. We got 2 stops, and without the roughing the kicker penalty, they have no points. This is a little tight end screen almost. Not necessarily a screen, but we work it to Cedric Hogue. He gets the first down on the play. We'll run a jet sweep out of this, get the ball back in the hands of Hyman. Jet sweep seems to be the best play for our offense, as it's a quick touch over to Hyman, outruns the lineman, can only pick up 2 on the play. Could have been worse, though. Could have been caught behind the line. We'll try a little screen here, see if Hogue can get open, just popping out right there as Henderson works as a little distraction. And we are going to go to Hogue, and he makes the catch. Picks up 4 on the play. So we work the tight end screen, bring it to a 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable. We're going to see what gets open here. I like one of these zig routes. And we're going to scramble with Dillard here, and he puts the ball on the turf and is picked up by JMU. Dillard's had that problem. He will fumble the ball a whole lot, and I can't really slide there since the defender was too close. We're going to hand this off to Adeyi, and we stuff it. There's Rayshawn Link, the MAC player of the week from last week. Comes up with the tackle for loss there. 2nd and 11. Passing over to the middle. Passing outside. Intended for Taylor Thompson, but we knock it away. Good defense there. Brings up a 3rd and 11. We know they're passing. Can we make a stop? Going out to the tight end, and we're there. Great user by me. That's Doug Freeland. Read the play. They were going to Taylor Thompson, the tight end, but we knocked it down. We forced a 4th and 11. We're going to get the ball back here. Definitely would like to take the lead and work this clock down. So we're going to return with Ozuma. Cutting wide. So 5:38 left in the second quarter. We'll start with a read option here. Going to run it with Dillard again. He actually has space. He'll pick up the first down. Or not quite. They'll rule it 2nd and inches. Got to make sure we're sliding with Dillard so the ball doesn't end up on the ground again. And we're just going to step up again with Dillard. He's been effective scrambling the ball this game, and we haven't seen a whole lot open. So we've needed to run, and when we have asked him to do it, he has. Only about 70 speed on Dillard, so he's not great taking off, but he can do it when we need to. That run gets stuffed, so they seem to adjusted to cover the run. We're going to have to keep working the pass in a little more. I kind of like Greg Hyman here, depending on what they're... Yeah, we're going to move this out to Hyman here. He's got space after the catch. Could not get a block from Bradbury, so it brings up a 3rd and 4. That would have been nice. We had opportunity for a bigger gain there. We'll see if Hyman can work open over the middle just on the drag. And we're going to try to force this over to Downs. He makes the catch and he stays in bounds. It looked like he may have been out, but there is not going to be review. So we'll get the first down and extend the drive. Hyman in motion. And I think we're just going to dump this out to him. He's got space upfield. He'll pick up the first down on the dump off. Working Downs in motion as we fake it to him and get the handoff to Henderson. He picks up 6 on the play. We'll take this down to the 2-minute warning. It'd be nice to burn a little more clock so they can't do anything before the end of the half. We're going to line up with no one in the backfield. And I think we're just going to force this over to Cedric Hogue, who picks up not quite the first down, going to be 3rd and inches. That's fine, though. We'll let the clock run down a bit more. And we've got Rivero in the game now. 3rd and short. We're going to punch it in with Rivero, and he gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Cordell Rivero, another carry for him, and he's been pretty good today. In a little bit of a 50-50 role with DJ Henderson. And we'll punch in the extra point here. So 10-7. They have 1 minute and 19 seconds to respond. If we could get out of this half with the lead, we get the ball to start the second half, we'd be in good shape. Quick pass on the in route, and we don't have the speed to get to him. That's Granger, and he takes it into the end zone for the score. We just don't have the athletes that can keep up with him. He just blows by our team, and I don't even think he's that fast. I believe that's just a 90 speed wide receiver, and we had no response. No one on our team could catch up with him. He took it all the way to the house on the first play of the drive. At least we get time to respond here with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. We do have 3 timeouts, so we should be able to put some more points on the board before the end of this half. Yeah, I mean, that's a Marion Granger. Only 90 speed on him, and he just blew past our team. The fact that we don't have anyone that can catch up to 90 speed is extremely concerning. I don't even know who we have in the recruiting class that's going to be able to catch up with a 90 speed player. So there's a lot of concern with our team right now. We got to focus, though, on this game, trying to get some more points before the end of the half. And I kind of could see Henderson maybe working open. No one I really love there. We're going to take a sack. Under pressure again. Yeah, we just have to take a sack there. There's just no one we can get the ball to. Did not have a whole lot of time. It brings up a 3rd and 25. They called the timeout, so the clock's not running. This is kind of a disaster situation. Maybe we'll just put some guys deep and see if anyone can get open. See if anyone can catch a pass. As they're sending a blitz here, we just got to get the ball out quick. Can't take a safety, and not much we can do there. No time from our offensive line. Forced to punt the ball away, and they're going to have good field position too. Wind blowing in. This is not going to be an easy punt. We get it out to the 50, but he's got so much space to work with. We make a tackle, but they're going to have the ball at the 36. Quick pass. Caught. Granger. Witherspoon could not bring him down. They call a timeout. 26 seconds left. They're at the 20 now in the red zone. Checking down, and they're going to get it all the way to the 5 on the curl. Bringing up a 1st and goal. Plenty of time for them to punch this in. They end up using a timeout here. Throwing over the middle, and we just don't have anyone there. Thompson again into the end zone for the touchdown. His 2nd of the game, and it's a disastrous final 2 minutes of the second quarter. JMU is going to jump out to a 21-10 lead, and we're really not going to have any time to respond. All right, we got 9 seconds left. We'll try a jet sweep, see if we can break off a big gain. It's unlikely, though. Getting in the hands of Hyman. We do have a block. We do have a little space on the outside, but Hyman couldn't break free. We'll just send a shot to the end zone and see what happens, and it falls incomplete. So at least we get the ball back, but It's not looking good. We gave up 2 scores in the last 2 minutes. Getting tricky on the first play of the game. Over to Hyman. He can't spin free, so it's a loss. Since the patch, it doesn't seem like that play is going to work very much anymore. We got no one in the backfield here. Looking, and we just don't have time. Dillard somehow breaks 1 sack, but can't break it the other. Terry Lockett, he's got 4 tackles for loss already in this game. And it brings up a 3rd and 19. We're just going to have to try a comeback route and see if someone can work open. Just get the snap off. Trying the comeback route to Bradbury. He almost makes a great catch. Could not quite get both feet in bounds. And I'm interested to see if it's worth challenging this. Did he get a foot in? And he may have. There might be green grass. There may be green grass, and it's just not quite. He is out of bounds. It does look like he's out of bounds, and that is extremely close. I just don't think we can quite challenge it. You can see the toe of his foot is out of bounds. And yeah, unfortunately, we're just not going to be able to challenge that. He is out of bounds there by a few. But the booth, it's going to be a booth review. So I don't think he stayed in bounds. But they call it in bounds. Okay. It looked like he was out of bounds, but they give it to us. Let's get a snap off here before anyone changes their mind. And we'll take it for sure. We're just going to scramble here with Dillard. We have some space out to the right. We'll slide for the first down. Surprising turn of events for us. Very fortunate. And we need to capitalize off this. Definitely got a little lucky there. And just no one open. No time either. That's Terry Lockett again. His 2nd sack. Brings up 2nd and 15. Have Henderson there. He can't hang on though. 3rd and 15 now. I guess we'll just go to the same play we just went to. Looking Bradbury on a comeback route. Trying to get it to him, and we can't quite get it there. He was open. It could have worked, but we're going to be forced to punt it away here on 4th and 15. Back on defense. They really haven't ran the ball much this game. And they're still not going to here, but we got pressure on the quarterback, and Doug Freeland comes in and brings him down. 9-yard loss on the sack from Freeland. Go on the ground with Adeye, and it's Freeland again who wraps him up. Doug Freeland with 2 big plays, bringing up a 3rd and 19. Obvious pass situation here. Quick throw and just burned off the line was Witherspoon, which obviously seems to happen a decent amount. He just got burned off the snap. Not much we're going to be able to do there. As they're going to hand this off to Adeye. He's got open space. Brought down, but again, 8. Read option. Morris keeps it. Somehow sidesteps the safety, I believe, that was coming in to make the tackle. Picks up the first down. Running out of no huddle this drive. Putting it back in the hands of Adeye, and he just has space to run. He's got space to move. Picks up the first down and a bit more. Screen to Ayo Adeye. We bring him down. Only a pickup of 3. There is a flag on the play. They dumped it off to Adeye, who picked up 5. But it's going to be on us. Doug Freeland for illegal contact. Automatic first down for James Madison. As it's another read option. Ball's on the turf. That's knocked out by Frederick Newton, who brought down Morris from behind. Not sure who recovered it, but we know Newton forced it. A huge turnover for us to keep us in it. After a great drive from James Madison, we capitalized with the turnover. We have the ball back here. That's a huge play from Frederick Newton, one of our best playmakers on defense. We're trying to start this drive off with a quick pass to Henderson, but he's brought down only a gain of 1. Sending blitz, we dump it down to Henderson. He picks up to the first down and a little more. A nice run after catch for DJ Henderson. Going back to the jet sweep now with Hyman here. On first down, we get the ball back in his hands. Broke off the offensive line real fast, so that's going to be a loss. Quick pass to Hyman. He brings it in. Great catch from Greg Hyman. Even better throw from Cole Dillard, who was under pressure, still threw a dime, bringing up 3rd and 1. We're just going to have Hyman in motion, but run the ball with Henderson, and he's going to pick up the first down. Going to try to get one more playoff here before the end of the third quarter. And I think we're just going to dump this down to Folsom, who's in the game, out of the backfield. He picks up 8 as the third quarter comes to an end. So we are down 2 possessions, but are threatening on this drive. Need to punch the ball in here if we want to have a chance to win this game. Still searching for a first win. Obviously, it'd be nice to get here as we're handing this off to Rivero, who powers his way close to the marker. Could not quite get the first down. We'll keep the ball on the ground, give it to Henderson. And quick snap. Henderson has room, picks up the first down, and much more. So, brings up the first down. Henderson at 66 yards on 11 attempts so far this game. He's had himself another nice game. And we're just going to have to try to get open, try to move around in the pocket. Could not. Lloyd Summerall, their best defensive lineman, makes the tackle. Brings him down for the sack. 2nd and 15. Stepping up with Dillard. Got a block from Hyman, I believe. Or it may have been Bradbury, but either way, we pick up 9, bringing up a 3rd and much more manageable. Could definitely see Hyman getting open here. He's probably our first read. He is open. We throw it behind him, but Hyman still makes the catch. 4th and inches. We'll go for this here. Try to get it with a run. I don't love the look of this. We'll bring Hogan motion and just run behind him. And we are going to get the first down with Henderson. So we convert on 4th down, keep this drive alive. Need to get the ball in the end zone here relatively quickly. Time is winding down in this 4th quarter. We have Small there. He's open, spins for the first down, bringing up a 4th and goal. We are going to rush to the line here since time is winding down. We only have 4 minutes left in this 4th quarter. May look Rocky Jefferson's way if he can get open. He is trying to feed it to Rocky Jefferson, just overthrown from Dillard. Could not quite get it to Jefferson, who's been quiet again today. We'll see what Hyman can do on a jet sweep. Getting him out wide. He's going to try to get in the end zone, and he does. 2nd effort from Hyman gets him in the end zone. And we're right back in this game. Going to go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point game. Going to Hyman, bring it in, and he does. Easy 2-point conversion for Greg Hyman, who scores the touchdown and gets the 2-point conversion. So an 8-point sequence for him. And it's a 3-point game. We are right back in this, but we need to get a stop here. Or at worst, just allow a field goal. If we allow a touchdown this drive, this game's all but over. All right, running with the day. Bring him down, and we do. Good tackle there from McCracken. Running out of no huddle, which is interesting. It actually benefits us having them run out of no huddle. So 2nd and 7. Read option with Morris. He breaks a tackle and picks up the first down. Cockrell could not bring Morris down. They're still running out of no huddle, which again is a help to us. Off the snap, out wide. We have a quick tackle. They do make the catch. 2nd down and 6. We'll just keep blitzing here and trying to create pressure or stop a run. As this one's over to Adey. Big tackle there from Witherspoon, who came in off the edge. 3rd down and 5. Likely a pass spot for James Madison. And they're going to let the clock wind down here on 3rd and 5. I don't get why they have to go out of no huddle and then let the clock wind down. No one really open. We're doing a good job of covering, but working open. That's Tajai Hudson. And he picks up a crucial first down. We had everyone covered pretty well, but then Hudson did end up working open. And it is a handoff to Adey. We're there with McCracken, only a pickup of 2. We'll see how they manage the clock. And they are running out of true clock, so we're really expecting runs now and going to have to be there when they do hand it off. Play clock winds all the way down. Adey has room. We are going to call a timeout here, our first. And it's going to be a pass. It's going to be a screen. Wrap him up, Newton. That's a huge tackle. A huge tackle from Frederick Newton. Brings up the 4th down. We force the field goal. We keep him out of the end zone. This is not a chip shot field goal either. We'll see if we can get a miss. Just do not rough the kicker. And the kick is going to be good. So they drill the field goal, but we have 1 timeout to work with. A little over a minute on the clock. We need to get a touchdown to win the game. This is totally winnable. This is totally a winnable game, but we just need to work quickly here. Off the snap, quick dump down to Henderson. He's got room to run after the catch. Powers could not get the first down. That is a little disappointing considering the clock won't stop. We get back to the line pretty quickly, though. Gonna hand this off to Henderson, and he's cutting up the middle. We'll just keep running out of no huddle. As long as we're getting the first down, the clock will stop. So running the ball on these short yardage situations isn't the worst thing. Trying to get it to Hyman. Probably a good thing we didn't complete that, and it looks like we're probably going to see a roughing the passer, or it's actually going to be pass interference, which is really good for us. It stops the clock, and it brings us into James Madison territory already. Feeding Greg Hyman, who has space to work with. Hyman has space to work with. We'll get him running out of bounds. Stops the clock, picks up the first down. We are threatening. This is one of our better drives of the entire game, coming at the best time. As we're going to dump this down to Henderson again. Sidesteps, could not pick up the first down. We got to run out of no huddle here. Again, I'm fine running the ball here, but we just have to get back to the line quickly. Handing off to Henderson. Need this first down. We do get it. We'll hustle back to the line. Clock will stop momentarily. Getting the snap off quick. Out to Hyman. Beat your man. Get the first down. He couldn't. We have to call the timeout there. Crucial time would take off the clock if we don't call the timeout there. I think it's the right call, but we'll see how it works out. 2nd and 1. Obviously need to pick up this first down. So we'll just get it out to Henderson. Get out of bounds, Henderson. He does. So the clock will stop. 1st and goal here. 14 seconds left. We just need a couple good plays here, and we'll punch it into the end zone. I like Cedric Hogue. Over the middle. Power in the end zone. We got to get back to the line quick. I'm spiking this ball, and they won't even let me. We're only going to have time for one more play. Got to get the snap off. 1 second left. Final play of the game for the win. Dillard stepping up, and he's tackled from behind at the 1. Oh, my goodness. I thought we had it with Dillard. There was an open receiver cutting across the field. I think that was Greg Hyman. Oh, man, I wanted to try to spike it before that, but they brought up the play menu before I could. That is brutal. 2 heartbreaking losses back-to-back weeks. That's back-to-back weeks. Our first win of the year ends at the 1. Unbelievable to have that happen back-to-back weeks. I mean, let's see. We got to break this play down here. We had to hustle back to the line. And let me zoom out here. So, unfortunately, the play I clicked in the play menu was all go, which is not the right play for this situation. We had Hyman coming across the middle as a streak. I couldn't throw it there. I looked Folsom. He wasn't open. Right here is probably where we need to throw. Right there, we need to throw it to Hyman there and just let him catch the ball for the easy touchdown. But we did have space to step up in the pocket. I think this could have worked as well. Look, we probably should have dumped it off to Hyman. He was wide open. But, I mean, oh my goodness, that is brutal. We had the whole end zone there. Number 5, he didn't even step up at all. And that's Lloyd Summerall, the senior defensive end for James Madison, who steps up. Dillard falls at the 1. Couldn't even reach his hand out as a last-ditch effort. So Dillard did have a pretty good game. All things considered, obviously that last play was brutal, but he did throw for almost 200 yards, had a touchdown, no interceptions. Pretty good completion percentage too, of 80%. He also rushed for 29 yards, which is pretty good. Henderson ended up only having 50 yards, which is interesting. I thought he had like over 65 at some point in this game, so I'm not sure what happened. But apparently he only rushed for 50 yards. Still not bad. Rivero had a good game as well. He got into the end zone, had 25 yards on 5 attempts, so he was really effective for us. He'll probably end up seeing more snaps. And then receiving-wise here, Greg Hyman, another big game for Hyman. We should have targeted him with the game on the line. But he had 11 receptions for 75 yards and a touchdown. Really good stuff from him. Had a couple catches here and there from some other players. So it was a pretty good game all around for the offense. And honestly, I thought we played pretty good defensively. The crucial play of the game was the penalty, the roughing the kicker penalty by Cameron Bayer. But besides that, we did not get any interceptions. We did force a fumble. That was a huge fumble force from Newton. Ended up being recovered by Darrell Mann. But overall, it just wasn't good enough. We could not get the win versus James Madison, which is one of the more winnable games we'll have all year. And we fall to 0-4. It's extremely disappointing to not have our first win at this point. But the good news is we have another game in this episode that we can get to hopefully try to get our first win of the year. However, we are going to do our recruiting now before we head to next week, so we'll get a little recruiting update here. So let's take a look at some of these recruits here. Starting off with the quarterback position, we've offered 2 of these 3-star quarterbacks. They're not that good, neither one, but they had no other offers, so we'll see if we can win them out just based off the fact that we are the only team offering them. We are number 1 on their board. The main quarterback we're going after is Curtis Below, who has 91 speed and 92 throw power, which is pretty solid. Well, apparently, with this new patch, we just don't see as many of these high-speed scrambling quarterbacks. So even though I've seen like some 98 speed, 95 speed quarterbacks in my other dynasties, and he's not quite as good as that, 91 speed may be more rare with this patch. So he may be still our quarterback of the future, since we may not get too many other quarterbacks that have over 90 speed. He also has a ton of abilities, which is really nice to see. And right now we have a firm lead on him. There are other schools that have him offered and that are slightly pursuing him, but we are just going to keep sending the house on him, and hopefully he can be our quarterback of the future. Running back wise, right now we only have 1 running back on our board. It's Isaiah Griffin. We know he doesn't have great speed, a receiving back archetype, should have pretty good agility, okay change of direction at 85. So he's not great, but we're the only school offering him. We'll take any running back we can get. He's better than like the 50 overalls we have on our team. And I believe DJ Henderson, I want to say he's a senior, so we may not have him next year. Either way, it'd be nice to get another running back. Receiver is interesting. We're going to have to make some decisions here. Do we want to pursue Kadeem Kaufman? This is the 95 acceleration receiver. Indiana has started to lean off of Kadeem Kaufman, so being able to get him is an option, but his deal breaker is playing time. The way we can get him unlocked is by removing some of these guys off our board. But right now for these 4-stars, we're number 1 on all of their boards. So do we continue to pursue these 4-stars, or do we try to go after Kadeem Kaufman, who we know is extremely fast and could be one of the better receivers in this class, could be way better than some of these 4-stars we haven't scouted? I think what I am going to do is we just can't keep all these receivers on our board and slowly go after him, because eventually teams will be on the race on these guys and we're going to lose out on all of them. So I think we need to focus on 1 or 2 or 3 of these receivers and take the rest off our board. I'd like to get Kadeem Kaufman, and unfortunately we just don't have the hours to scout these guys, so we don't know who's good, who's not. But I think like for a 5'7" route runner, yes, he's a 4-star, but he's 5'7" of route running, so we don't even know if he's going to have that crazy game-breaking speed like we know Kadeem Kaufman has. I think we're going to take Phil Thorne off our board. We're also probably going to have to take another guy off our board. These 3 are all in the top 10. I think we'll stay going on Darren Darling, the 6'5" physical receiver. He'd be a nice get to have some versatility, a bigger guy in the receiver room, since most of these guys are all small. We have another really small one with Ralph Gray, and I think he might be the guy we end up taking off our board. We don't know if he has game-breaking speed, and I think we need to end up focusing on only a couple of these receivers so that we can actually get them. So I think we'll take Ralph Gray off our board here. It still doesn't unlock Kadeem Kaufman, which is a little concerning. We may take one more guy off our board and focus on just 3 receivers, which would still be a nice class. Receivers are one of the positions that we can get more of each year, and we'll actually scout these receivers briefly to try to see who the best ones are. So we'll do 1 on Ezekiel. It gives us 67 deep route. Seems like he'll have good speed. That's what we're going to focus on the most. Patrick Baldonado. Seems like he could have good speed as well, but it might not be as good as Ezekiel's. I'm going to add these 2 back, and I do want to scout him briefly. So 89 acceleration, that's not going to lead to any crazy speed. We don't need Ralph Gray. Phil Thorne, I'm kind of interested to see. 88 speed right there. extremely telling. I think it's a good thing we're scouting these guys so we can know who to go after. Between Chauncey Ezekiel and Patrick Baldonado, we do need to know who is the guy we should go after. So we'll scout Baldonado I think we'll scout Ezekiel one more time, revealing 88 speed and 91 acceleration. It's just not great speed from these guys. Anyone with just below 90 speed, I don't know if we're going to be too interested in. Baldonado certainly could have that low speed. However, it does open up Kadeem Kaufman, who we know has great speed. So I think this is worth it. We're going to put some points on Kaufman. And this should get us back in the Kadeem Kaufman race since Indiana has backed down a little bit. So I think this is smart. We'll go after just these couple receivers, and hopefully we can end up getting all three of these, and we'll focus on all three of these instead of focusing on like 6 or 5, and then only ending up with 1 or 2. Tight end wise, we have a 1-star Tavon Matlock out of Illinois on our board. So our pipeline is Indiana. It's because I took over Ball State since you had to replace the team, and Ball State's in Indianapolis. So that's why our pipeline is Indiana, is what I found out. It's kind of annoying since we're supposed to be a New York team and have that Northeastern pipeline. However, it's all right. It's not that big of a deal. It seems like this pipeline isn't too bad. We have 2 4-star tight ends on our board. We're going after both of them right now. We may need to end up focusing on just one of these guys, but for now, we are in the top 10 on both. I think it's worth keeping 15 points on both of these guys. Only 1 tackle on our board. It's a 1-star, so that's not great, but we do have a lot of guards. Could always kick one of these out to tackle, like Abdul Korn, 6'5", 302. Potentially could be a tackle for us. There are schools going after these tackles, so we're going to have to end up taking some off our board and just focusing on one of these guys, 1 or 2 of these guys. So I think Anthony McGann, with Notre Dame going after him, I think we're going to back off on him. We're just not going to be able to compete. Tavon Sample out of Chicago is someone we can get. Akron's going after him in Western Kentucky. This is someone we can beat out and win out on. Abdul Korn, I would say the same thing about. We have to see how hard Purdue goes after him. But I think he's someone we could win out on, as well as Devon Yates. Now, Indiana is going after him, but they're the only school that's doing that. We'll put 5 more points on him, and we'll put 5 more points on Sample. Hopefully, we can get all 3 of these guards. We have 1 1-star center already committed, and then we are going after a 3-star center who has offers from the 2 other big Indiana schools. We'll put 5 more points on him as well. We have 2 1-star defensive ends on our board. We've got Kevin Woods, who was our first commit. He committed as a defensive tackle. He's the only one we have on our board. We may want to change that when we have more slots open up. Quentin Redmond, the right outside linebacker, we are winning pretty good on, so he's someone we would like to get. Markel Cantu as well. We're in a pretty good spot on with no other schools going too hard after him. We're losing out on Matthias Samia. We're losing out to Vanderbilt. But I kind of think this is a player we could get back in the race on. Vanderbilt's not going after them too hard. Corner-wise, locked down on Rodney Nix due to playing style. UCF has also gone after him. I think he's someone we are going to take off our board. We're trying to get in the race on both of these corners. I don't know if it's going to happen. We should probably focus on adding corners that actually want to go to our school. So I think this just isn't going to end up making sense. We're going to take these corners off our board. The safeties we actually look pretty good on. This 4-star safety, Javier Jeffrey, does have an offer from Kentucky, but if we pursue him hard enough, I think we can win out on him. Devontae Pravo as well seems like someone we can get. No strong safeties on our board, so I do want to add some better corners to our board, some that we actually have a realistic chance of getting. Okay, so we found a decent amount of corners here. Both these 2-stars already have us in their top 10. Now, Purdue is going after him. We'll see how heavily they pursue Emmanuel Melton. And Larry Moses has no offers. So we'll offer both of these guys. These 3-stars have no offers and we're in their pipeline. I'm not sure who the best one to go after is. Probably I think we'll just offer all these guys, and we'll see who ends up having any interest in us. And I think that's good for recruiting this week. So we'll sim to week 6. We'll play our next game. We'll take a look at recruiting. Hopefully we can start getting some actual recruits here pretty soon. Not too many new updates. I have Western Michigan this week. I think we'll do our recruiting first here before we play the next game, since we're fresh on it. Curtis Below, Colorado. Every school here has made more of a jump for Curtis Below. I think it's time we try to schedule him a visit, though our next home game isn't until week 9. Now, this is a winnable game versus NIU. However, I'm not sure he's going to make it that long without deciding. Looking at his motivations, we really don't align with anything except playing time. So if we do schedule a visit, we have something good to use. However, I don't think we can hard sell him since we just don't align with what he wants. So I think we'll just have to keep sending the house. Scheduling a visit, we may do in a future week, since right now I don't know if it's the best time to. These other quarterbacks still have no offer, so we're good there. Running back wise, we should be able to get Isaiah Griffin. I'm going to take 5 points off him. Maybe it's a little risky, but we could use those 5 points elsewhere. Kadeem Kaufman, Indiana picks back up on the Kadeem Kaufman sweepstakes. I believe another school, I think it's Western Kentucky, is in the mix as well. But it seemed like Indiana really wants Kaufman. But so do we. So we do align with playing time. That's about it. I think we're going to try to sway Kadeem Kaufman so we can end up hard selling him in a future week. I think the best one's going to be this one, since you can't see, but proximity to home is an A. So we'll sway him here. And we'll try to get back in the race on Kadeem Kaufman. Darren Darling has an Auburn offer, which is not great. So we're going to have to probably end up putting more points into him. Patrick Baldonado still has no offers, which is good. Tight end wise, we're number 1 on both of these 4-star tight ends boards. So I think we'll just keep the points on them, try to get them. Guard wise, there are teams that are starting to pursue these guys. We may need to back out on Abdul Korn and put more points on these two. Purdue's really starting to climb on his board. We're going to end up maybe putting more points on both of these guards. So I think we're in decent spots for both of them right now. We'll have to monitor Western Kentucky there. On the center, Malik Volek, we are in a good spot there. The 2 1-stars, not great. We'll try to add another D tackle to our board so we don't just have the 1-star coming in. I'm going to add 5 points to Quentin Redmond since Indiana and Purdue are both still in on him. We are number 1 on his board, though. Markel Cantu, we've lost the number 1 spot on him. Yeah, we're just going to have to back out on him and put 25 points on Matthias Samia. And we'll just try to get one of these 3 stars. This is actually a 4-star. So yeah, we'll definitely put 25 points on him. Corner-wise, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back in on Emmanuel Melton. Larry Moses picked up an offer from Illinois, which is obviously pretty appealing for anyone from Chicago. These 3 stars still have no offers, but on someone like Bobby Carew, it seems like we're going to be locked out before we get in on him. Probably the same thing for Joey Otis. So I think we'll just try to end up putting points on these 3. I just don't know if we're even going to be able to win these 2 stars. So let's go more heavily after all of these 3-star corners. And then with the 2 stars, I just don't know what we're going to be able to do here. I guess maybe put 5 on these guys. We'll throw 5 on Emmanuel Melton. Larry Moses, I don't think we're going to get. If Illinois is going after someone from Illinois, we're just not going to be able to compete with that. Free safety-wise, still number 1 on Devontae Bravo. Looks like Indiana has stopped going in on him. They've revoked their offer. Javier Jeffrey, Kentucky's still there, but we have jumped to number 1 on his board, which is great. So I think we'll keep it like that. We don't have any kickers or punchers on our board, which is probably something we should look into. Up the hours on Tavon Sample, since he has other schools going after him. It'd be nice to get both of the guards here. So that leaves us 40 hours. We're going to schedule our first visit here. We just have to decide who it should be, who's not going to commit by the time this week 9 visit rolls around. And I think that player's probably going to end up being Quentin Redmond. These Indiana schools are going after him a bit, but it seems like his process will drag out probably to week 9. So I think we'll get him in on a visit. He should like proximity to home. I'm going to double check that. And yeah, it seems like this is probably what he likes. So proximity to home works out really well for us. We get A+ in that. And Quentin Redmond will have on a week 9 visit. So that should work out pretty well. I don't think he'll commit by then. And if that ends up being an important visit, it'd be nice to have scheduled already. So that's good for recruiting this week. We might as well use our 10 coach points here as well. I think we'll really try to hammer it on the DBs, be more important to these DBs and more influential. So we're going to hop into our game here versus Western Michigan, still searching for our first win. Who knows? Will it happen in season 1? That's what the gambling odds are for our first win. Let's get into this Western Michigan game, and hopefully we can come out with our first win. So here we go. We are at home this week. Got the black Jokers jerseys. Eventually we'll bring out the alternates, but maybe not in season 1 since our team doesn't really deserve these nice jerseys. But we are at home. We have no one on a visit, that's for sure, since we just haven't had the hours to schedule any. And taking on Western Michigan. Let's get our first win. We're starting here with the ball. Gonna hand it off to Henderson to start off. Only picks up 3. So that might be the first time all season our first play of the game hasn't been for a first down. It seems like we're pretty good at that. Gonna run a screen with Henderson. Let's get the ball out quick. We do. Get outside. Henderson spinning for more. Big gain for DJ Henderson. Still going all the way to the 50. That's a 22-yard gain for DJ Henderson right off the rip here. And we're already moving the ball downfield. Little RPO. We're going to hand it off here with Henderson. Only picks up 1. So the ground game hasn't been great so far. Going to try a jet sweep to Greg Hyman. We'll give him the jet touch pass here. See what he can do in open space. Getting a block from Azuma. Would have liked to hold that block a little bit longer. Still picks up 5 on the play. So 3rd and 4. Definitely a manageable 3rd down. Looking Greg Hogue over the middle. He makes the catch and falls. Could not quite pick up the first down. Obviously, we'll still go for it here. And I think we'll just run out the same look. I think Henderson will be wide open here if we streak Rocky Jefferson. Yeah, we're just going to get this over to Henderson real quick. And he picks up the first down just like that. Trying to get out to Hyman real quick. Under pressure, he could not bring it in. Hyman's made that play this year, but he just couldn't bring it in there. Gonna go back to the ground game here with Henderson. Trying to find space. Western Michigan's been pretty good at wrapping up our run game so far on this opening drive. Gonna bring down 3rd down and 10. Not really sure. Yeah, just really no one worked open. It looked like Cedric Hogue may have worked open. However, it took a little bit too long. 56-yard field goal. I think we're going to try it. It is raining, but the wind's blowing out, so we'll see what we can do here. It's worth a try. Let's lock in and focus and make this kick. I think that's pretty good. It's just not going to have the leg, is it? Does not quite have the leg. It may have ended up hitting the goalpost too. Yeah, probably should have held on to it a little longer. I didn't want to have a red kick. I think it was a good call though, kicking that field goal. No point in really punting it there. As Western Michigan starts with a read option, Newton was fooled. Hendricks with the cut stick tackle picks up 5. Hayden Wolf is the Western Michigan quarterback. He starts the game with a run. And he's taking off again. It's a QB draw, and he has just so much space to work with. No one there to stop Hayden Wolf from running up the middle. He's got 20 yards already on the ground so far, just on 2 carries. As it's a little HB, little halfback draw there. And Rayshawn Link is there to bring down the Western Michigan running back as they're motioning their wide receiver. It is a jet pitch, and we bring it down. 3rd down and 11. 2 big plays here from our defense. If we could get a 3rd down stop here, we'd be in really good shape. Because this is out of field goal range, I'd imagine. And it's a quick pass. Could not bring it down. Still on his feet is number 1 for Western Michigan. Not sure who that is. But He comes up with a big play there. First and goal. We were close to batting that down, but we ultimately could not. So first and goal, running it with the back. Berkeley, I believe, is the back, and he stopped. So that ends the first quarter. We're in the second quarter now already, as there's a quick RPO, and he's going to be in the end zone for the touchdown. So no points in the first quarter, but to start the second quarter, they get into the end zone on the first play. All right, starting our second drive of the game here with a run. Cordell Rivero in the game. Picks up 9 on the play. I'd like to see a little more Cordell Rivero. He was really promising last week. Only a sophomore. He is only a 53 overall, though, so I'm not sure how much of a long-term impact he will have, but we'll see what he can do. He's been effective here as Hyman has space off the jet touch pass, spinning for more, and gets into Western Michigan territory with a big first down. All right, off the snap, looking to pass. That's a bad throw by me. Big catch by Cedric Hogue. Had the playmaker there and make sure that wasn't intercepted. Not the right read from me, but luckily we avoided an interception here. Gonna go back to the pass here on 2nd down and 5. Trying to feed Hyman over the middle on the slant, and he makes the catch and picks up the first down. They really want me to run the reverse here, so I guess we'll give it a try. We'll see if it works. If this doesn't work, this might be the last time we run it all year. And yeah, this is just probably not gonna work. It's not Hyman in the game either. It's Downs, and Jaden Downs just can't do much with that. Off the snap. Gonna find Hyman here outside. That's actually Henderson, excuse me. He picks up 9 on the play, so 3rd and manageable. Looking for Hyman just over the middle on a nice easy curl. Pick up the first down, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Getting it to Hyman, he hangs on for the catch and the first down. I feel like if that's Rocky Jefferson, he's dropping that. Rocky Jefferson has seen his targets go away just because he sucks. He can't do anything when the ball's thrown his way. Off the Hyman motion, we're gonna run with Henderson. He picks up over 10. He picks up about 15 yards. On the carry. First down and goal now. Trying to punch this into the end zone. Gonna run a little play action here. Let's have Rocky Jefferson coming over the middle. And that's the fullback, Griggs, who's open. We're gonna get it to him. And Griggs is gonna get into the end zone on the dive for the touchdown. I don't even know who that is. I think that's our fullback. He punches it into the end zone and gets us on the board here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And that's a nice bounce back drive after our first one resulted in a missed field goal. Oh, Doug Freeland bursting up the middle. Comes up with the sack before they could even get the handoff off. How about Doug Freeland? He's been great. He was great last game, and he makes a huge play there. Gonna have the wide receiver in motion here, and he's gonna not get too much. That's Freeland again who wraps him up for the loss. So Doug Freeland really coming on as our star defender. Brings up 3rd and 14, obvious pass down. No one really open. They're going to be forced to throw it away. Big stop for the defense. We're going to get the ball back here with 2 minutes and 1 second left in this half. All right, 2 minutes left in the half. Let's see what we can do. 2-minute offense in effect. Hyman in motion, and just no one really open. We're going to try to step up with Dillard. I see Henderson there. I just fear by the time we get the ball off one of the defenders in the secondary would read it and jump in front of it, so I didn't really like that look. 2nd and 11 now. Clock is ticking. Again, just no one really open. Gonna be forced to scramble with Dillard. Beat out this defender, and he can't. Brought him down from behind. Could have been a big gain. No one was in front of that defender. And just dump it off to Henderson. Pick up this first down. Get wide, Henderson. He can't. 4th down and 2. We are gonna go for it here, and we're gonna try to pick this up. We're in Western Michigan territory. Someone get open here. Just stepping up with Dillard. He's open. Give me a block from Cedric Hogue. He does get a block, and we're down at the 25. Big run for Cole Dillard. Nice block from Hogue. Luckily, he held onto the ball. With rainy conditions, we probably should be sliding every time we take off with Dillard. But off the snap here, that's, yeah, probably a good thing I missed that pass since that was not the right read. I was trying to force that a little bit too much here. 45 seconds left. We're in a good spot here at the 26. Gonna run a screen here with Henderson. He's got space. Give me a block outside. Spinning is Henderson. 3rd down and 1. Not gonna burn a timeout. We will probably after this play. And we're gonna run a read option. And I'm gonna hold on to it with Dillard. And he's twisting around. Picks up the first down. We're gonna keep moving quick here, but not gonna burn a timeout. No one in the backfield here. And we're gonna try to move out wide. Not sure I really like anyone. We're taking off with Dillard, and he walks into the end zone for the touchdown. How about Cole Dillard using his legs effectively that drive? Please do not allow a score with 16 seconds left. They do have all 3 timeouts. Returning this is helpful for us. It's going to take some time off the clock. It's not going to be helpful, though, if they bring it all the way to the house. We finally tackle him down there at the 37. Only 10 seconds left, so we know they're going to be passing. And just, can we make a stop? Can we force a couple incompletions here with only 10 seconds left? And that's going to be complete to the sideline. Getting out of bounds, too. And they're already trying to kick a field goal. This is like a 70-something yard field goal. He had the leg for that. I think that was a 64-yard field goal in the rain that they just attempted. That's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable field goal attempt. QB draw, and he's just got space again. Hit him hard. Good tackle there from Thomas, but Hayden Wolf does pick up the first down. Now they're going to run the handoff. Doug Freeland's there. Big play from Freeland. He's been great today. 2 solo tackles from Freeland. I believe he's got 3 tackles for loss. And they're going back on the ground. It's Freeland again who's there. He's been unbelievable so far this drive. Forced to pass, going outside, and Witherspoon is burned. They pick up the first down on the 3rd and 11. Our corners are just so bad. But Doug Freeland's been amazing so far. I think he is a senior, though, so he'll be gone soon enough. But he's in there again, picking up another tackle, stuffing their running back. 2nd and 10 now, and they are not establishing any sort of run game with Freeland there. And they're going to try the jet sweep. Here's Freeland again. He actually could not make the tackle that time. We were going for the hit stick, and they get close to the marker. Going to be a 3rd and inches. We're going to run commit. Read option, and we stuff it. That was Darrell Mann who stuffed the read option, finally read the quarterback. They're going to try the field goal here. It's still a long field goal. This is a 53-yarder in the rain, and he's gonna miss it. They just can't hit these long field goals in the rain. Obviously, these are college kickers, and we get the ball back here after another defensive stop. Extremely impressive stuff from our team so far. Doug Freeland's really stepping up and being the playmaker that we need. Gonna start this drive off with a handoff to DJ Henderson. He picks up 6, and I kind of want to see if Jaden Downs can get open on that seam. We'll just see what happens. Safeties are going to collapse on him. This is just not looking good. Just get the ball off. We do. Under significant pressure. Probably just going to see who can get open over the middle. And it's going to be Jaden Downs. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Nice catch for him. Downs is a freshman wide receiver, so we'll be seeing him for a couple more seasons. As here's Henderson spinning and gets a push from behind to pick up 9. Big run from Henderson. And we'll dump it off to Henderson here. He's going to be tackled, but he does pick up the first down. Not bad. I'd like to end up featuring Rocky Jefferson a little more. He hasn't even been targeted in both of these games in this video. So we'll try to get him back in doing something. Read option, a little risky with Dillard's hands. He can't really hold on to the ball very well. We'll keep it on the ground here with Henderson running outside. And Henderson has wheels. Henderson spinning to pick up even more yards, get us close to the 20. No Rocky Jefferson in on this play. He's been doing a lot of cardio. And we're going to be sacked here. At least we fell forward. 2nd and 14. Only a loss of 4. But still a pretty significant loss. Going to get one more play off here before the end of the 3rd quarter. Play action. Tight end's open. That's Cedric Hogue. Makes the catch for the touchdown. Cedric Hogue works open and brings it in right near the pylon for the touchdown. 21-7 as we head into the 4th quarter. In line for our first win. We just need to hold this lead for the rest of this quarter. The home fans are on their feet here for the start of the 4th. We just need to keep making plays. Doug Freeland's leading this defense. We have turned it around. This could be back-to-back good defensive performances from our defense. And we're really eliminating the run game for Central Michigan, as even that is only a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6. Going with the draw. There's Freeland. He can't bring him down. Another tackle can't bring him down. I believe that was Frederick Newton who tried. May have been Harbor. Either way, they only ended up picking up 1, even though there's 2 broken tackles. So 3rd and 5. Looks like we're pressing them. And that's just not going to work out well, since we can't press very well. McCracken was burned that time. They pick up the first down. So it seems like they'll just run for the first two downs. We'll stop them, and they'll just pass and get the first down. Here's another tackle for loss. Buckley tackled behind the line. DeMarco Cockrell came in and made the play. That's the strong safety. Off the snap. Going over the middle to the tight end. Harbor was burned in coverage. They pick up the first down. So 1st and 10. They're moving pretty quick. Handoff to Buckley, and we're there. Freeland there. So is Hendricks to bring down Jalen Buckley. 2nd and 9. I'd imagine this is a pass spot, so we're going to pass commit here. And they're not, yeah, play action here. Over the middle, it's just wide open. No one there to stop him. And it's going to be complete to Womack. They've got a 1st and goal. Going to be a handoff. We're there. That's Johnny Hendricks. Makes the tackle for loss. 2nd and goal now. Wide receiver in motion. Going to be a pass. Looking in the end zone. We can make that play. Knocked down by Cockrell. The smart play there by Cockrell. Just swatting it down. And it brings up a 3rd and goal. Going to pass commit. Can we get a stop on this down? Trying to scramble out wide. Breaks the sack from Newton. Over the middle. And it's knocked away. In coverage. I'm not even sure who was in coverage, but they made the stop. I believe that was Johnny Hendricks who made the swat. 4th and goal. This basically seals the game if we make a stop here. Can we do it? Over the middle. Make a play. We do. That was Witherspoon who came from behind and knocked the ball down. That should seal the game and get us our 1st win. And that is going to seal the deal. We're going to be able to kneel this one out and pick up our 1st win in program history versus Western Michigan in front of the home fans. And that will do it. Empire State beats Western Michigan. We pick up our 1st win in program history with a 21-7 win over Western Michigan. Offense was good. Defense was great. Dillard threw for 2 touchdowns. Another game with an 80% completion percentage. Henderson rushed for close to 50 yards. Dillard rushed for 40 yards. He was good on the ground again. Had a score. Receiving-wise, Henderson with 56 yards. Hyman at 71. And Cedric Hogue made a big catch. A big touchdown catch. Bragg Briggs, the fullback, he got into the game. And he made a catch for the touchdown. So, good on Bragg Briggs. We'll have him again next year, it seems like. And then Jaden Downs made a play. He's a freshman, so he has room to grow. Only a 66 overall right now. But that's all right. Looking at defensive stats here. Total tackles. Doug Freeland was great today. Now, Johnny Hendricks actually ended up with more tackles. Freeland was great. 3 tackles for loss for him. Hendricks had 2. Interceptions, we had none. We did have some decent defensive plays. Fumbles, we also had none. So we didn't force any turnovers. But overall, our team played pretty well today. I'm extremely satisfied. It's really nice to get our 1st win. This is not the NFL. There's no incentive for losing. So we're going to try to win as many games as we can. And finally, winning a game is awesome. We'll just sim that next week. I don't think we got any recruits this week. But we'll take a sim. And yeah, some updates. We are in the top 8 of a lot of these players, which is good. A lot of the 4 stars. Doug Freeland wins the MAC Player of the Week, which I would agree. He was great. And we're going to be taking on Kent State. Another winnable game here. We'll be taking them on week 7. And we'll take a look at an update in our recruiting in the next episode. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Yet another exciting episode here. And yeah, that's going to do it. Hope you all enjoyed. Stay blessed.